As a combat veteran, I did 10 years, 2 deployments, and I'm not ashamed to say the system failed me. It trained me to survive chaos, but it never trained me how to live in peace. They gave me pills for anxiety. They told me I'll be okay with a little rest and some therapy, but no one told me my brain was still on active duty, even when my uniform was off. And no one ever explained to me that I had a built-in system, a GPS somewhat inside my brain that was deciding what I saw, how I feel, and what I believed was possible for me. This system is called your reticular activating system, or RAS. And once I understood how it worked, it changed everything for me. Because if you know how to use it properly, you can literally manifest the life you want. Today, I'm going to break down step by step on how you can turn your RAS from your enemy into the biggest assets that you have, which is what it was intended to do anyways. I'll be explaining the science and step-by-step blueprint. So if you're a veteran and you feel stuck, stressed out, or like your best days are behind you, watch this video to the end, because this could be the video that turn your life for the better and give you all the tools that you need to actually use your brain effectively and how it was intended to be used. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ruben Gaima. I am the CEO of VA Claims Made Easy, a combat veteran with 10 years, 2 deployments, and now I am a content creator. And I've decided to use all these skills I've developed in the content space to provide value to other veterans and teach them what I've learned through my journey of healing, building my business, and relocating to Bali, Indonesia to find peace and help myself. And I hope this video helped you. Let's get into it. On the surface, everything looked great. I finally got my VA rating. I was getting paid by the government, tax-free. I had built a physique and a body physically from the appearance that looked to be in great shape. I even had money saved up to do everything I wanted to do. But inside, I was broken. I was empty, and I was angry at the world. And always reactive. When I was in the States, I was sleeping for 3 to 4 hours every single day because I was trying to build all these different businesses, take care of family, take care of friends, take care of all these people around me. And I never really truly took care of myself. And every single time at the end of the day, I will always feel empty inside, even though I was doing all these different things. My businesses was very successful, but always felt empty inside, and I couldn't tell why. I didn't know what was going on until I started studying psychology. I started studying the brain for veterans that have been in combat, and I started really learning how the brain works and how to use it to my full advantage. That's when I realized something powerful. My reticular activating system, my RAS, was still stuck in combat mode. It was still filtering life through the lens of pain, danger, scarcity, and because of that, I was stuck in reactive mode and I couldn't truly find peace, even when it was right in front of me. I have finally done it, created what one would call a successful life. I had my dream car ×2. I had a big house. I had all the animals that I wanted. But why did I always feel empty inside? This is when I finally made a decision that I was going to take control of my mind. No more pills, not with distractions, but with awareness and discipline. Discipline has always been something that I've worked on and has helped me throughout my whole life. So this shouldn't have been a problem. The decision changed my life, and it will change yours too. But first, let me explain what your reticular activating system, your RAS, does for you and what is it, because a lot of you guys don't even know this thing exists. Put simply, your RAS system is a network of neurons in your brainstem. It is used to filter out information that is presented to your brain. To put into context, your brain takes in 11 million bits of data every single second. Your conscious mind can only process about 4 million of those data. So what your RAS does is it filters out of those data important information that your brain needs to function, that your conscious mind needs to help you moving forward with your life, achieving your goals, and being a better person based off of the inputs that you have put into it. So what this means is if you are not using your RAS effectively and is focusing on the wrong information, that's data that's going to be fed into your brain, and your brain is going to start focusing on the wrong data, and you will literally perceive the world as it is fed. This is why they say your reality is the creation of your inner thoughts. If you read the book Think and Grow Rich, this is also why he says think and grow rich, because if you think it and if you feed that data into your brain, your reality then reflects that, because your mind, your RAS, then start focusing on those data and giving feedback loops to your subconscious, which influence your decision that you make throughout the day-to-day basis. Ever think about buying a car and suddenly you see it every single where? That's because now that you've fed that information to your RAS, it is now focusing on that and feeding that data to your conscious, so your conscious can make the decision of actually going through and purchasing that car. This is done by scanning the environment for that specific data. But here's the dark side. Most of us, especially veterans, are giving our RAS the wrong order. We focus on what's broken, what's wrong with us, and what went wrong in the past, as well as what we're afraid of. And our RAS start filtering the world to match that mindset and give the feedback loop to validate those thoughts. So even when opportunity shows up, because your RAS is being fed wrong information, you don't see it. You don't know it's there. And this is sad, because this is what leads to a lot of depression and why so many veterans are hurting out there. And they can be simply fixed by understanding how to properly train your brain, because your brain is a muscle and it can be trained. Now let's get real. In the military, your brain was programmed to survive. You were trained to scan your environment for threat, weaknesses, chain of command, order, and typical patterns. And you were rewarded for hypervigilance. Oh, good job, soldier. You did a great job whenever you would find those things and exploit it. And you were punished for emotional vulnerability. And the truth is, that kind of wiring doesn't shut off when you're out of the military. When you take the uniform off, it becomes your baseline. And if you never reprogram that filter out, you will stay stuck in survival mode. From someone who has been in survival mode for the last couple years, I speak from experience. So here's how I came to this realization. Around 3 a.m. in the middle of the night, I was on a work spree. I would go 2 to 3 weeks, no breaks, straight grinding. I was running my real estate business and I was running my online coaching business. Both were very successful, but were draining me. This would lead me to sleep around 3 to 4 hours every single night, just grinding and grinding and grinding. At this time, 3 a.m. in the morning, I'm working, prepping my next day for all my showings and prepping for my students that I would hop on, and something hit me. My chest got really tight, hands started to sweat, eyes started to blur, and I was going at a loss of breath. It was hard for me to breathe. I had never even experienced something of this mannerism before. Now, understand that I'm usually always chill. I've been in crazy environments, especially with my job that I did in the military, and I've always been a chill person. So for this to be happening, I was shocked. I didn't know what was happening. Later on down the line, I found out that I was actually having an anxiety attack at 3 a.m. in the morning. I ran outside trying to get a breath of fresh air, collapsed in front of my house, laying there on the ground. I remember just looking at the sky, trying to breathe, and my dog came. His name was Coley, and he laid his head on my chest, and that actually helped me calm down. That's when I realized I was overworking myself, and I needed to learn how to really program my RAS for abundance and for peace, instead of just grinding and grinding, because it was going to lead me to an early grave. 2 weeks later, Coley ended up getting hit by a car and the descent started to happen. I decided I was going to back off from all these different businesses, reevaluate myself, reevaluate my life, reprogram my brain to be out of that scarcity, reactive mode, and find focus and peace. This led to the decision of me relocating my whole team to Bali, Indonesia, where it has been a blessing. It's beautiful people here. The weather is great. The food is amazing. And I finally found peace. So this is what I did to start reprogramming my RAS system. First, I started to journal. I would sit down for at least 30 minutes every single morning, when I wake up, and I would write exactly what I wanted to focus on for that day. I would write, what does peace feel like to me? Not what it looked like, what it actually feel like. And in that process, I would describe it. Peace felt like clarity, family, purpose, enjoying life, contributing to your community. If this is what I want to feel, what do I need to start telling my brain to look for? That was the day I began the process of reprogramming my RAS system. So let me show you how to do the same. Here's 5 steps blueprint to take control of your RAS system. Step 1, clarify the mission. Just like in the Army, your brain needs a mission. It needs to know what to focus on to process all that information, all that data that is being presented to it every single second. You don't give it order, it defaults to survival mode and what your baseline is. And if you're a veteran, your baseline is survival mode. So write your new identity out loud and speak it into existence. I'm building a peaceful, powerful life. I am a successful entrepreneur. I am making $1 million. All these things you can speak into existence because that's data that your brain now have to filter out all the unnecessary stuff so it can focus on the right information that can lead you to your goals. And just like everything else in life, repetition and consistency is key. So you have to find a means and create a schedule where you actually focus on training your brain, training your mind, and building that rep so it becomes your new baseline. I personally will repeat this every single morning for about 30 minutes when I wake up, and I will stay in the mirror and I'll stare at myself and I will repeat this until it became just second nature and a part of my thinking process. Step number 2, you need to audit your input. Your RAS is always listening. Watch what you see, watch what you say, watch what you listen to, watch what you read. Every single data that you feed into your mind is data that could be programming it, whether for good or bad. So you need to be mindful of what you input into it. Audit it. This is why I cut off all negative people. I cut off negative noise. I am very, very conscious of the information that I receive into my brain nowadays because I know that's all part of the process into creating the reality and creating the life that I live. And if it's not going to contribute to the life I want to live, I eliminate it. So you have to actively eliminate negative distraction, replace it with your vision, education, and truth, and surround yourself with people who understand your vision and are feeding positive data into your brain and into your mind and into you. Step 3, visualization. Visualize every single day. Close your eyes and rehearse your ideal future like it already happened. Wake up in peace, make money, serve others. Your kids are proud of you. Your woman is safe and supported. You are free, focused. See it, feel it, live it, visualize it. You have to actively train your mind. Understand that if you don't work on your mind will work on you. And a lot of you guys have your mind working on you because in the military, we are programmed, believe it or not. And all those programming are still active, even though you're outside of the military and you're wondering why your life is going this certain way and you just can't figure it out. Well, my friend, this is how you change it. Step 4, speak your identity into existence. Affirmations are cool, but identity declarations are your weapons. Speak them out loud. I am not broken. I'm chosen. I am not lost. I'm focused. I am not a victim. I'm a visionary. I am an entrepreneur. I am successful. Speak it in the present tense and give all those positive data to your RAS. It's going to use it effectively. It's going to start focusing on data that then goes on and validates those words that you're saying about yourself, because your self-image is literally a replication of your inner thoughts. So say it until your brain starts scanning for proof. And sooner or later, you will start seeing proof. You'll start feeling great about yourself. And once that happens, your whole life will start to change. Step 5, align your daily actions. Even just for 15 minutes a day of intentional movement towards your mission will shift everything. Why? because action is the most powerful signal you can send to your RAS. If you're feeding positive loops into your mind, but your action does not reflect those positive loops, you're wasting your time. In Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill speaks about how positive thinking means absolutely nothing if you don't take actions to reflect that. And one of my favorite book, The Power of One More by Ed Mylett, he goes in depth into this theory as well. If you haven't read that book, I highly recommend you read it in this order: Think and Grow Rich, and then The Power of One More. And I need you to hear this part clearly. You are not just a disabled rating. You are not just a VA file number. You are not just trauma. You are a leader, a builder, a protector, a pioneer, and your mind can't reflect that until you start feeding those data into it. With that being said, you've already fought for your country. Now it's time you fight for yourself. Not with fist, not with anger, but with clarity, discipline, and focus. You have all the tools that you need to win in life. If you've been blessed with a vision by God, that's because He already understands that you are fully capable of achieving that vision. Use it effectively. And this is one major step that you can use to start living in your purpose, living in your divine person that you are. You have the blueprint. It's proven because I've used it myself to be where I am now. If you're ready to take your mind back, escape the system, and build a life you actually want, I'm currently building the first ever AI claims agent for veterans like yourself that wants to get their full benefits and live a peaceful life. Click the link in my bio, join the waitlist. You'll be one of the first individuals to know when we launch, as well as we'll be sending out newsletter weekly, giving you information on all these things to just help you live a better, healthier life as a veteran. With that being said, it's Ruben Geimer, CEO of VA Claims Made Easy. Peace.